What's going on, everybody? Hope you are having a wonderful week so far. So this week on the podcast, good homie of mine called Matt Sassari. His music is amazing, like one of the best out there. I don't really need to give him an intro. He's the best. This is actually the first time I spoke to him in person or on the phone. We always just text and have been texting for years, just never spoke on the phone, which is strange. Great conversation. Without further ado, Matt Sassari. Matt Sassari, what is cooking?
Bro. Yeah.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's weird. We've never actually spoke on the phone, but we've been speaking for years.
Yeah, never.
It's wild.
Always texting.
I know, right? Where are you at the moment?
Yeah, at home.
Where's home?
I'm moving some stuff, like I told you last time.
Where's home?
New bed, new stuff.
Where's home?
In Marseille.
Marseille,
France.
Very
yeah.
Nice.
And you? Where? Are you in London now?
I'm in the UK. I'm in Somerset near Bristol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How's the bed making?
Yeah. Do you have your studio there?
Yeah. I have a studio here, and then I have a studio in the US as well for when I'm touring.
Oh, fine.
Yeah,
man.
Good, yeah. It's all good. How is the bed making?
The bed making?
The bed making.
What do you mean?
From IKEA.
For what?
From IKEA.
IKEA. Finally, it's better than I found.
For anybody that doesn't understand what I'm talking about, Matt was sending me pictures of him in IKEA yesterday and was making a new bed. And we all know that DJs are not good at DIY. So,
yeah. I mean, I put 4 hours to build the bed. I don't know. I was like crazy.
That's crazy, man. I didn't. I'm terrible at making anything from IKEA. I have these like compartments in my house, and I've lived in this place for like 10 years, and it took me till lockdown to actually fix them because I'd never made them properly.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
It's just terrible. It's not good.
If you do one things, you're dead. You have to start again.
Literally, it's terrible. But how's life anyway? How's life treating you?
Yeah, it's good now. Yeah. Look like COVID is not here anymore. It's strange.
Back touring.
It's very strange.
Yeah, how's the shows been?
Oh, sorry?
How's the shows been?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 8 shows this month.
Nice.
It's good only in Europe, some country everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a bit strange now. Like you have people from UK, they play in UK. People from US, they play in US. And all those people play around. It's different like before.
It is very different, isn't it? Because like no one's allowed in certain countries, but everyone in the countries are allowed to be in their own countries and rave in their countries. It's super strange. Are you planning on going back to the States at all?
Sorry?
Are you going to America at all?
I would like to. I have a tour this month, but we canceled it because I don't have the visa and the border are not open. It's forbidden for French.
Do they open in November for French?
I should be, yeah.
Yeah, because
should be in November. I hope so.
Yeah, they open it for English people in November.
So I think so. How did you go to UK because you are from UK?
Yeah, because I'm from here. I could come back.
Okay.
But Americans can come to the UK anyway. They've been allowed to come to the UK since like June. Yeah, it's crazy. But no one's allowed to go to America unless you go via Mexico. It's weird.
Yeah. You like we speak before.
Yeah,
we spoke about this, but it's too
long. It's
too long for.
Yeah, I feel
for
that.
40 days to Mexico to get a visa. It's too hard.
Yeah.
And the problem is in USA. I had a problem last 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I played there without visa.
Did you get caught?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was in Guatemala and played to El Paso.
Yeah.
So I took the drive Juarez to El Paso by car.
Yeah.
And the cop told me, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a producer and helping someone to to make music." Yeah, so come with us. And they asked me everything. What are you doing here? I said, "No, I'm just here for producing." And at the end, after 5 hours with them, they saw I'm DJ. I said, "Why you didn't tell me?" I say, "Because I can't play." So I didn't say the truth.
Yeah.
And finally, let me go in and say play and go back to France.
Oh really?
Lucky. Yeah.
You're lucky
Really
that they
lucky.
didn't ban you for a long time.
I just tell him, please let me go in El Paso. I take my flight and I go back home.
Yeah.
You can see I won't play, but finally I play.
Borders amaze me. It's like I don't understand. Well, I do understand why there's borders, but it's like just let us be free as long as we're paying taxes in the countries. Just let us like what we.
Yeah, because I pay.
It's not
crazy.
It's not like you're a drug dealer, if you know what I mean. It's not like you're doing anything illegal. You're like
they thought that I was a drug dealer because they take my phone and they told me, "Do you have a weapon or drugs?" I said no. And they saw some picture of me with weapon, but it was a fake weapon, airsoft. And they say you're a killer. Yeah. You're a killer, you're a drug dealer. I said, no, it's just picture on my phone. They took my phone. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
So is it harder for you to get into America now? Do they make it harder?
Yeah. Because to get the visa, you have to do an interview in Paris. And the date is full.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely full. And you are not sure to get the visa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
But
it's crazy,
I have
man.
to do it.
I was super lucky. I managed to get it done in Mexico, and it was literally like you had one interview where they take your photos and do your fingerprints, and then the next day you go to the embassy, do the interview, and then they were like, "Yeah, your passport's gonna be ready in 2 days." And I said to them, "Was like, is there any chance you can do it in 1 day because I have to fly out?" And they were like, "Okay, okay, sure." I was like, Mexico's amazing.
It's good.
Yeah,
because you don't have the green card in US.
No.
That's why you need a visa.
I don't know if I'll get a green card because there isn't much benefit really about having a green card, and you're not even allowed to leave for you're not allowed to leave for longer than like 90 days or something like that whilst you have a green card. So it's like for me, it's like for all of us. For traveling around, sometimes we're not actually in America for longer than 90 days. It makes sense just to have the visa that we have. It allows us to do everything else. Apart from it screws us a little bit more on taxes, but hey ho, we can get them back.
Yeah, I see.
How's music been? You been producing much?
Honestly, no, I don't. Since the COVID, I did nothing.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe 5 original tracks.
Yeah.
All the rest is remix, and all the tracks I released, it's all tracks for 2 years ago. I don't have the same inspiration like before. I need to tour to get inspiration.
Yeah, no, I
sometimes
feel that.
when I play, sometimes I see which track. Oh, the bass line is cool, so I get the inspiration because of my set. And if I don't play. I can handle it. Yeah.
No, I feel you with that. I went through the stage of like during COVID, I wrote so much music. The first year, I just wrote a boat ton of music, and now like even from back touring again, I haven't written much music at all this year. I've written songs, but like barely. I go to my so I save all my projects like month by month. And then in my Dropbox, I've got all my completed tracks month by month. And I'll go down each month and there might be like one record a month.
Same. Yeah, same.
It's just it's weird.
Yeah, I do the same, but with my project, I put it in a year, And I checked my year for 2 years ago. It was like full of projects. Like this.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
It's kind of sad because
And yeah,
it's like
and
I love writing music. I really love
same.
writing music, and I think for me is something that I'm like struggling with at the moment because I'm not writing music, and it's not that I don't want to write music. I don't know what to write.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Also. Yeah.
And
I don't know
it's
because
it's
now.
it's not like I don't know about for you, but it's not like writer's block. It's just like I just don't I don't want have that like thing, that like feeling to like I want to write club music. I don't know. It's weird. What is it for
Yeah.
you?
Straight. Yeah. It's the same. It's difficult. I don't know what to produce.
Yeah.
We need banger. We need I don't know. I don't want. I like to make banger, but it's too stressful when you produce because you need. You're not free to make the tracks.
Yeah.
You need to make something good for the club, good for the radio. Is really difficult now. So I don't know. I have to keep techno, tech out between. It's too hard at the moment. Yeah.
It's really interesting though because your sound is like it fits on both, right? I don't know how you kind of got there, but I got introduced to your music maybe like 4 years ago from one of my like best mates.
It's the same. Yeah, but no, I know you from long time ago, but it was more Claude Vostrock style, you know.
Yeah.
Dirty Bird,
Yeah.
And then you go to more techno. So
then I go to
that's
the
what
dark side.
Yeah.
But I was like, your sound's been very consistent for years.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's amazing, and it works so well in the clubs. How long did it take you to get to that where you're like, I love what I do, I love my sound, and it kind of just
works? Maybe after my tracks but record, and I found a kick. And because of this kick, I'm like, yeah, I can do whatever I want. So because of this, but sometimes I change. I have 5 kick, and sometimes I play this one.
Yeah.
But I have to change now, so it's too easy. Yeah.
What's the change? What you planning to do?
Sorry, I have to find a new kick, a new bass, a new. I don't know. I have a technical production. And I have to change it a little bit because it's too. When you saw the track, the spectrum, it's always the same all the track, I use the same. I don't know in English. The schema, I don't know.
The what? Sorry.
The schema. No, I don't know in English.
How you? 1 second.
The arrangements.
Oh, arrangements. Yeah.
It's always the same,
Yeah.
So I try to change a little bit.
It's really hard, that, isn't it, when you're like writing music to. And
but I saw your arrangement is the same.
Yeah, my arrangements.
Yeah.
Pretty much all my arrangements are the same, and I struggle with that because I think that you need some consistency in your productions to like have the Matt Sassari sound or the Will Clark sound. You and I think it takes time to get that. And you have to keep going down those vibes. But I also think like that I listen to some producers that like Joy Orbison, someone like that, and I'm like, have you heard of Joy Orbison?
Or do you? I think your accent kind of
Joy.
Joy
Orbison, Orbison.
Yeah.
So like his stuff is like all over the shop. And I wouldn't necessarily say that I know it's a Joy Orbison record when I hear it, but his productions are amazing. But I always struggle to like, when we're writing just club music, I'm like, well, it needs certain elements, right? It has to have the intro, it has to have a breakdown, and then it has to have an outro. And I'm like, you could go all weird with it, but then it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like so formulaic. But I hear what you're saying. I write quite a lot of intro records.
Yeah.
Which like have like 2-minute intros and then it kicks in.
Yeah. I love it. So I always do it.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? But I think it's more. I wouldn't release them, and they would be more so just for my DJ sets.
Yeah. Like this, yeah. But my problem is when I produce, if you can hear the first minute, they never have the kick. It's always off like a small introduction. But I have to stop it because it's not good for the DJ. You always have to put So I have to put the kick in first.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like to build like a small drop in the beginning.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah,
because it's my way to play with my track.
Yeah, I always have two breakdowns in my records as well.
Yeah.
The first after a minute, and then
boom.
Yeah, our productions are pretty similar. Let's be honest, our records are pretty similar, and it kind of works. We still haven't written a record together, but we should.
We have to. Yeah. It's very similar. Yeah, my set is my tracks mixing with your tracks and some of Ron Costa tracks.
Yeah, Ron Costa's the one, man.
So yeah. So it's good. And sometimes other artists,
Yeah, Ron Costa does this weird. I don't know how he does it. His music's so simple, but the grooves are just amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. I love it.
And it amazes me that he's not more successful. And I don't mean that I'm not saying that he's not successful, but it surprised me that he's almost like a DJ's DJ or a producer's producer, where not many of the general public know who he is, but his music is so good.
Ron Costa was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years. He was the top career.
Yeah.
But I know him for before, and he stopped to release on big label. But 5 years ago, it was too important to release on big label.
Yeah.
And he stopped and released only on label, and it's falling down. But his production is the same. It's amazing.
His productions are amazing because he Eats Everything did the edit, didn't he? With that Get Zuri, with the Jack, and then he did the Tiga one, Let's Go Dancing.
Yeah, Tiga.
And that kind of made him massive for a bit. It's just such a shame because his music's so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you heard A Vision stuff?
No.
Oh my god.
The new one?
Yeah, his new record called Contrast.
I didn't hear.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
I will check it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It's coming out. It's out on Macio's label because A Vision's got a album coming out, and oh man, it's so good. Yeah.
Like we like.
Yeah, it's I love what he does. It's kind of similar to what you guys do, you and Ron do. I'd say his is a little bit more like New York jacking. But there's something that he does is just records just give you a vibe, and you're oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love also Dance Pika.
Oh man, I was literally just talking to Alex he sent me some new music. Dude, those boys do something different. So Chris from Dance Pika used to go under a name, the artist is Glimpse.
Yeah, I know Glimpse.
Glimpse, man. That's
totally different.
But it's so good.
Yeah, amazing.
So good. Yeah, those boys do something. I love it. They hit differently, man.
But now it's more darker.
Yeah.
Than before.
Yeah.
Like a drum chord. It was crazy.
I think they just kind of were let's change it up.
Yeah.
I want to get them on the podcast, actually. I love those guys.
I love Carolio too.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
It's a gangsta groove.
Do you know Shelley Johansson?
Yeah. She's a girl, though. Right?
Yeah, Shelley. She just sent me. She started her own record label called. What's it called? I had her on the podcast. I can't remember, but she just sent me some records, and holy shit, she's got a record called Likes It Rough, and it's very imagine old Denson Pika.
Yeah.
Raw, but also a lot heavier, 135 BPM.
Okay, yeah.
It's I can't. It's too hard. I'd have to slow it down for my sets. I'd have to take it to like 128. But I think slowing it down would make it even groovier. I'm gonna have to try that out because her stuff's amazing as well.
Also, you play 128 maximum.
Maximum's like 132.
Yeah.
But that's that's only if I've like followed somebody that's playing hard.
I see.
But what about you?
Maximum 130, max.
Yeah,
but because someone is playing 130 before, so I have to follow and go back.
How did it start for you? Because I only know you through texting and like through your music. Like I've never spoke to you in person. Like how did like music start with you?
I was like 13 years old. I was a little younger, a small guy.
Yeah.
And I love techno. I was like, I want to produce, but I didn't want to play. I was like more a producer than a DJ.
Okay.
So I need to make my own music, so I learned by myself.
Yeah.
And one day, like I was maybe 18. I see, it's like Vix. I didn't know how to produce. And one day I had the solution, it's working like this, so it's okay. So then I had the new technical with the compressor, because my mix is if you saw me to produce, you will say, oh, you're crazy. I don't make the mix down. All the channel in 0,
Okay.
All it's at 0. I start my track, it's already mastered.
Really?
Yeah. So it's all the channel in 0.
Yeah.
The plugin is already on the master.
Yeah.
And all my tracks, I mix it with the compressor and put down the output.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's different. I prefer like this than to touch the volume of the channel. So that's why I have a different sound, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense, because your records slam. They're like proper slamming, but they're not like super loud. They're not too loud, but they just like hit a different. Yeah, that makes sense. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's different, but it's always heavy, too strong. And when sometimes I do the mastering, and the track go a little bit more clear, but a little bit low, in the volume.
Yeah.
So I prefer when it's heavy. The club is working.
Totally, man. Do you when you write music, do you produce loud, like listening to it loud, or?
Yeah. I can. I'm like maximum my phone. Only headphone, no monitor.
Oh, do you not use monitors?
Yeah. No,
what?
Only headphone. Yeah.
Dude, your ears must.
If I show you my headphones, I use the Beats by Dre.
No way! Shut up.
For 10 years now, so.
Fuck. That's crazy. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your ears must be fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh man, why do you not use monitors? Is it just because you never have?
Because when I use monitor, for me it sounds too easy. So you put one kick, I don't know, always working. For me it's like this. When I'm in the studio with the monitor, I can make a beat in 2 minutes. It's all good. But when I hear in my headphone, I have to do all the mix. Yeah. So I prefer to do it directly in my headphone.
That's interesting. I know a lot of people that write on headphones, but I don't know many people that just do the whole track on headphones. I do like edits on headphones, like on planes and things like that, but I can't get into a vibe when I'm listening to it on headphones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But in the beat, the Dre by Beats, it's really, really loud, a lot of bass.
Yeah.
And I'm using I'm used to the sound of the beat, so it's difficult to change. When I change, I have to go to my beat and change the sound.
It is tough, man.
I released one tracks. Check that. I don't know if it's in my label.
Yeah.
And this one I did it on my laptop with another sound card, so the sound is different.
Yeah.
If you use
It's interesting how we get stuck. Like I'm on the same monitors for 8 years now, I think.
Yeah, you can change.
And I can't. I want to change in my studio in Detroit because the speakers are just too. My room's too big for the speakers. Yeah. So it's like you lose everything. So I want to get some different speakers, but I'm just too worried, too scared to change.
Yeah. Because you know the sound.
Yeah.
You can change. You will be different, actually. Yeah.
Do you use any hardware or anything?
Only simple. Only simple. One plugin is a Oxford limiter, just for the master. And all the rest is effects from Ableton, and no plugin, no hardware, no nothing.
Wow.
Only simple. Yeah.
I love that. So you don't need. Yeah. And I think that's an amazing thing for producers nowadays. Is
you can hear it.
Yeah.
I don't use as a melodic or only groove and stab. Straight. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But I think that's amazing that you just use everything internally, because any producer, anyone can literally write amazing records.
Yeah. You don't need I don't think, because if I have too much things around me, I will be lost.
Yeah.
And finally, I will put 2 hours to make a clap. I don't need it. you have samples.
Yeah. No, I feel that. For me, like hardware that's how I get my drums. My drum sound, yeah. So like
the kick.
No, not the kicks. Kicks I use samples. Some of I literally use the same snare in pretty much every record.
Yeah.
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 and then my hats are all made from either samples or these drum machines on here that anybody listening, you can't see, but if you go to YouTube, you'll be able to see some of the things.
Yeah.
And I like switch it up on what drum machines I use. But I do that mostly just because I get bored of just looking at a computer screen and I want to like touch some knobs.
Yeah, I want to touch it.
Yeah.
And for your synth, what do you use?
For what, sorry?
Your synth.
Synths. So I use
your pad
for pads. I've made I bought like a bunch of Serum presets.
Yeah.
And then I go in and change the presets a little bit. So for like, you remixed My Church, which I actually play your remix more than I play the original. I love it. Yeah. So that stab I made on, what is it? Massive. It's like a Detroit.
Massive. Yeah.
It's like a Detroit chord that I made. But a lot of my bass lines I run through my Moog. And do that. Or do you know Born Dirty? Do you know the artist Born Dirty?
Born Dirty?
Born Dirty.
Oui. Born Dusky? No.
Dirty. DIRTY.
No.
Born Dirty. He's French as well. He's from Paris.
Born Disky?
BORN.
Yeah.
DIRTY.
TY. No.
Okay.
Crazy.
His name's Mika in real life.
Yeah.
But he's from Paris.
Okay.
But he bought me this Minolog, which is like a polyphonic synth, which is beautiful for synths.
Yeah.
I do a few things on that. So yeah, it just depends, really. It just depends. I'm looking at I'm looking at some more hardware stuff at the moment. It's just annoying because when you're not in front of it, you don't have it. If that makes sense. If you're on the road, you're like, ugh. But I don't know. I do like having some hardware.
Sometimes you can see some videos of someone is playing with something. You say, I have to buy it. Yeah. But when you have it, you can make the thing. And wow. It's working.
There's this YouTube. You still there? Oh, we lost you.
Oh.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Really?
go. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
There's this YouTube channel called Modular on the Rooftop,
Yeah.
and
I don't know.
it's really cool. But it's these dudes that like have like a small like modular racks, and it's loads of different people that do it. But it's just like one channel, and there's this one modular on the rooftop. I think it's modular on the rooftop 2. And it's just amazing. And it's like I can't remember what they have. It's like very simple, like modular setup, but it just sounds so good. And I'm like, I wish I could do that. But then I know that if I bought that, what they have, I could never fucking do it. Yeah.
Yeah, always like that. Yeah.
Modular's like
crazy.
Modular's crazy. You need to be a serious music geek. I think
serious always.
Most people that I know have modular gear just don't make any music at all.
Yeah.
They just make glitches and blops and then never record it and never release a record because it just takes. It's crazy.
Yeah. I know. I have some friends like this. Big studio, crazy.
Yeah.
There is nothing. They all make music for 1 minute and nothing. And they're like, well, can I play with you? Why you don't finish your track?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. How have you found going back to shows after COVID? Do you find the parties are just as good, or do you find it different?
I was like I didn't know what to play, you know? Because during the COVID I did some private party. And I didn't play techno. I play like house, more commercial stuff, because all the guys was from not from techno, from commercial stuff, so more housey, defected, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was into this. I have to go back to more techno stuff. So I was like, what I should play.
I can relate to that.
To
I can relate to that because for me, before COVID happened, I was playing like a open to close tour. So I was playing for 5 to 7 hours every night. And I got to play everything, like all music, like all over the shop. Now, I feel like my sets are just always the same. And it's really weird to me because usually like every set for me is like used to be always different.
Yeah, but
and now I'm like, I'm just a bit bored of it. I need to change it up. And I think the thing is like, I want to know that every time I'm absolutely smashing it, so everyone's having the best time. But I think also we need to kind of push the boundaries a little bit and kind of be like, oh, actually, I don't need to play that one. Like, but then again, I'm pretty sure it'll be the same for you because so many people know your records, but you kind of have to play them. You have to play all of the records, and
you have to play them.
I know you produce loads, and most of your sets your own music. Yeah, same. So it's like when you're playing like 90% your own music, it's kind of hard to change it up because you just have to keep writing loads more music. And we're not writing.
And you can hear when I play my tracks, I have to play loud tracks because you can see the difference. My tracks always a bit more, you know?
Yeah, they are.
So I have to, the kick is always, it's too much sometimes. You know?
We love a big kick.
The problem is I almost play the same because I'm really picky, you know, when I am beatport, and I don't want to put. I always want banger in my sets, you know.
Yeah.
So if I put one track, it's one track for the track we stay like 1 month, 2 months, you know.
Do you? What I've been doing recently, well, I've always done it, but what I've been doing recently is going back to old records, and
same.
They're like
the record from 6 years ago.
Yeah,
techno from 6 years ago.
Oh, it's so good. It's so much better. I found this Dave Seaman record. No, Dave Clark record. Dave Clark record. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So good.
It was the best for me. When techno was a bit groovy, you know, it was the best.
Yeah, I'm not.
Even I've done making groovy stuff.
Exactly. I'm not into this like progressive progressive, massive kick drum, and
Truancy progress. I don't like it.
It's just like there's no, for me, and no disrespect to anybody that's doing it, because
me too. Yeah.
because I know it's huge and the kids love it, but for me, it's just like there's no soul in it. And for me, techno music is all about soul.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's a new way.
We just sound
also
like
kids like this.
We just sound like old men, mate.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to go. When I saw the new mood, everyone making the same progressive, breakdown with good. Yeah. I say no. I will never go there.
No.
I will keep my stuff, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I don't.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I think you have to keep groove.
I only did one with you, Mac, more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. This one is more techno from now.
From now.
But I used to make my own sound. I don't want to copy. I don't want to do one track from one label to be released. I don't want.
Who's your favorite artist as of like techno kind of in electronic music? Like if you could be like, this person's the one for me, who would it be?
Like DJ or producer?
Any.
For me, it's the best DJ. It's the best. Yeah, it's Joseph Capriati.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to. You can put a house record in the set. It's banger,
Yeah.
You go to techno, to tech house, and always banger.
Yeah.
So that's the way I like. Even Marco Faraon.
Yeah.
For me, it's the same like Capriati. He go to house to techno, and I'm the same. I like to go to house to techno, making bangers, and go back to house. And the club, it's crazy. I didn't expect that,
It's important.
I like to surprise. Yeah.
I think for me is like listening to a set that's just the same music for every record. It's just boring, man.
A lot of DJs making my warm up, and they think I play techno because I'm like techno DJ, but I'm not the same like everyone. They play the same the beginning as at the end. No closing track, nothing.
Yeah, it's boring, man. But I think the good thing is that
because they are residents, so if you want to be famous, you need your own. I don't know. If you play like the top 10 beatport techno. I don't know.
No, I agree, but I also think like it's important for us as artists to like be able to get booked on those lineups, but also sound different to everyone else, because there's a lot of artists that all play the same music throughout the whole of their sets, and that's no disrespect. That's what they love, and I want them to be doing what they love. But I think it's really important to just have your own sound and have your own identity, because
you have to.
You have to, and sometimes I feel like yourself, like myself, like we don't necessarily fit with everyone else because we're not doing what everyone else is doing. But I think in the grand scheme of things, although we don't necessarily like get booked on the lineups that you necessarily always want to, but
the problem is
when you do get booked on them, you stand out from everyone else because you're not playing what everyone else is playing.
It's crazy because of not identity, you can be everywhere. Like bigger lineup in Amsterdam for Awakening. I don't think I will be there because my style is not Awakening,
Yeah.
Or Time Warp or I don't know, the big event, They all have the same kind
stuff.
of techno. Yeah. No, it's not the same, but they're always different, but harder,
Yeah.
Techno.
It's very hard. It's like industrial kick drums. Industrial rave stabs. Like
There is a new way. It's crazy. All the kids like this. You know Possession in Paris?
Who, sorry?
Possession in Paris.
No.
It's party with I don't know the style. It's like they say it's techno, but it's not techno. You need to hear it. It's really fast techno, hard dance.
Yeah.
With I don't know, cheesy vocal, but fast. And all the kids are like, ain't the best things. But do you know the guys from techno? No. Why?
Yeah.
We say, do you know Green Velvet? No, I don't know. But the best is this. No. Yeah, it's crazy.
Green Velvet.
In France, it's like the new mood. Everyone want to go there. It's full, sold out. It's crazy.
It's amazing how fashion in music, because tech house is still like at the moment, like in America, tech house is like the king. When you've got like dubstep DJs playing tech house, and you're like, okay, now it's crazy. And tech house now isn't what tech house used to be back in the day. Like tech house genre is so different, so different. And don't get me wrong, like there's some great tech house records out there. But it's really interesting just how fashion in music is exactly the same as fashion on like clothes. Things just go in and out of fashion, and it's amazing how much we look back onto fashion in music and clothes. Like at the moment, everyone's walking around like they're in the 80s, if you know what I mean. Like everyone's or like early 90s with like shell suits and everything like that. And now all the producers are like writing rave records, old Gabba rave records. It's very interesting.
Everyone is changing. Yeah.
What's the scene like in France at the moment?
No, it's the same. Yeah. Everyone trying to copy everyone. Also influencer, influencer in France.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone want to be like them.
Yeah,
everyone is copy everyone. All about fashion stuff. Even with the sound, people start to play music. They play techno, but they don't know what they play.
Yeah.
Or tech house, or commercial tech house, or now is a new minimal deep.
Yeah.
So you have the choice.
Yeah.
But I like it, but I can't be to the same style.
I just get bored.
Yeah.
For me,
I like the new tech house, the new minimal. The minimal house from Amsterdam.
No, I haven't heard that. Who's playing?
No, the minimal deep tech in Beatport.
Yeah. It's nice
I say Amsterdam because also Chris Tussi or Noah, they are from there.
Yeah.
So there is a fashion.
Is Chris from Amsterdam?
I think so. Chris Tussi?
Yeah.
He always plays there, no?
Maybe, yeah. I thought he was English, but I didn't.
I don't know. I don't know. But I think he play a lot there.
Yeah. For me, I want to just write music that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Like, I've got like I don't have an album, but I have pretty much enough music for an album that.
Yeah, it's the same, but it's not. It will be a clubbing album.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I think it's just about being not trying to copy and just being happy with what you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you got show wise coming up?
I have my my Give It To Me tracks.
Yep.
Yeah, I did I released the tracks with only the female vocals from Nelly Furtado.
Mm-hmm.
And in October we released a full vocal mix.
Sick.
With Timbaland and Justin Timberlake and Nelly. This one will be.
That'll be big, man. That'll be big. You have to send me. I haven't heard the full version.
The full? You didn't?
No, you haven't sent me it.
It's more. Yeah, it's commercial.
Yeah,
but I love it. Yeah.
What label is it coming out on? CR2.
CR2. Yeah. But if you remove the vocal and you only the instrumental, it's techno. It's melodic, a bit techno, deep. It's crazy because the track is techno, the vocal is commercial. So if you mix both, you go to tech house. It's crazy. So I am in the middle of all the tech house DJ.
Yeah.
In Beatport, and all the commercial DJ play the tracks, like David Guetta, Tiesto, Diplo, Nervo. Everyone plays the tracks. but it's not tech house. It's my style. It's not techno, so it's between.
Yeah.
So I'm happy because everything is growing. You know, techno is going EDM.
It is, man. The kids, all the kids want it, and whether it's techno or not, they want to say that it's techno.
Yeah.
So it's just fashionable to be techno. I'm really interested to see what's going to be next after techno. Like what?
I don't know.
What's the fashion next?
I'm afraid.
Yeah, same. Gabba.
I hope it's not Gabber. Yeah.
Gabba. We're fucked if it is, mate.
No. Gabber is out.
So bad.
And what about you? You will release what's the track you sent me? Your next track?
My next EP. I've got an EP coming out on Patrick Topping's label Trick at the end of this month.
Again?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's called Rock With Me. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And then my next release on my label is the Searching record. Did I send you that? The more vocal?
With the vocal tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice track.
Yeah. That's with Sherman.
It's more melodic vocal.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm taking things now.
Yeah?
A little like I still have like the hymn and things like that and like Hallelujah where it's just like
I like it.
where it's just more heavy. I've got another record, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll send you that. But I'm trying to just like I've got a record coming out next year called New Generation. Which is I'll send that to you as well. But it's more like I'm just trying to make music that doesn't necessarily just work in clubs. It works outside of a club as well.
Okay, yeah.
That's like people.
It's the same.
Yeah, people can listen to just like doing the dishes and cooking dinner.
I'm doing the same, but sometimes I release tracks. I did the track Honda, you know.
Yeah.
Honda.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a classic track, so it's working very well.
Yeah, man.
You don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, and that's the thing is, I don't know about you, but for after COVID or during COVID, it was like a big kick in the teeth when we realized that people stopped listening to house music during COVID. It was like on streaming and things like that. So for me, it was like a big realization. It's like, right, I need to write music that fits outside of a club as well.
Yeah, I see it. But now it's important to be in a streaming position, you know.
Well, it's the only way we make money outside of doing shows, right?
Sorry?
It's the only way we make any money outside of doing shows. And
the only way,
I think it's fucked because they pay shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so shit. Like, it's embarrassing how bad they pay.
Yeah.
But it's the game we have to play, and we've got to do it. But I also think it's so different because I don't think if you're successful on Spotify, it means that you're successful as a DJ career because they're so far apart from each other. I don't think it means that you do well if you're like stream loads on Spotify. I don't necessarily think that you're necessarily.
It's not the same.
No, because you look at like Maceo Plex or something like that, or even someone like proper underground that's getting booked every weekend. They have like
they don't stream.
2,000 monthly listeners and then still playing. It doesn't make sense. I guess the goal is to do both, to have a lot of streams and a lot of touring.
So now I'm more into radio edits. You know.
Say that again.
Before. Sorry?
What did you say?
Radio edits.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, before I was like, take this one, you know. But it was a short version, not the radio edit. You know? Yeah. So now I am more into radio edit to make something good to listen. You know?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is people forget that if the radio, like for streaming, like it's shorter. Like you get more people listen to it over and over again, rather than if you put a record that's 6 minutes on there, it takes them 6 minutes to listen to it, and then if they want to listen to it again, it's another 6 minutes. Where if it's 3 minutes long, like they can listen to it 4 times to the times that they listen to one 6 minute record. So it's like you just got to play the game, man.
But sometimes it's too short for me, 3 minutes, you know?
Same, man. Same.
I'm like, I So sometimes I put the extended, to get more.
Yeah, I think it's tough when you're writing an actual, like, for me, my last single, the record, Sometimes I Got Let It Go, like, that was made to be a long record.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
It's good?
Yeah, we're good, man. Yeah. That was made to be a long record, but then I put the short version out on Spotify, and I wish I just put the long version out because it was just the long version is much nicer.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
And you will release the track? I don't remember. The edit you did from the one you sent me last time. I play every time.
Which one was that?
Sandy Rivera? No.
The Depeche Mode?
No, not this one.
The Sandy Rivera one. Yeah. The edit, the intro edit.
Release?
No, it's never coming out.
No, never.
No,
you didn't get the rights.
I didn't try to. It's the defect.
Yeah, you have to.
It's a defected record.
But you have problems.
And defected don't like me.
Yeah. I know.
So yeah,
it's a defected record.
Yeah. It's not gonna ever come out. But I like it because people always ask for it, and it's never gonna come out. I think it's important to have records like that. Like, makes it like you're the only person that has it. No one else has it apart from me.
Sorry?
No one else has that record apart from you and me.
No.
I've not.
Amazing.
Yeah, so no one else plays it or anything. So I think it's important. I think it's important to do that.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, man. What have you got tour wise? Have you got much coming up? Shows?
Tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday I'm going to Poland tomorrow. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I have 7 gigs, 4 in Hungary, 1 in Belgium, 1 in Amsterdam, and that's it. Yeah.
Who's your agent? Who's your agent in Europe?
My agent?
Yeah.
It's Stefan Macias. I don't know if you're.
What agency is that?
It's Contact Agency. It's my best friend, and 5 years ago I told him to work for me like manager, and my agent, and then I told him to create his own agency. So like that we can be together. No one, only manager and agent, one people.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So there's his own agency, and it's not a big one, but it's enough.
Dude, you're touring all the time. You're always touring, which is amazing. It's amazing. It's nice to see, man. It's really nice to see.
Yeah. You too. In the USA, it's crazy.
In the USA, it's good, but everywhere else is pretty slow. Moment.
Because I think when you're in USA, you're like in a
bubble.
I don't know. Yeah, you're locked in.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you're in Europe, it's more easier.
Yeah, I think the USA looks at Europe so much more to book, whereas Europe doesn't look at what the USA is doing. Which is weird because house music and techno came from the USA, but obviously that we don't influence it. America doesn't influence it anymore at all, which is a shame. But I think it will change eventually.
But the USA is really, really big. You can play everywhere.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah,
it's massive. It's crazy. If you have a good contacts, you can stay there.
It's the same size of the whole of Europe.
Yeah, so you can stay in US.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I'd love to be playing in Europe. That's my goal, is to be playing more in Europe.
Yeah, next time I want to do a big tour. In USA, 2 months.
Let me know. We can do it together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
let's do it.
But next time, if November is open, I think December. I have a gig in Halcyon, San Francisco.
Yeah. I love Halcyon.
It's big. Crazy.
That's so cool, man.
I think Denver, New York. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah.
Vinyl.
4 or 5 gigs. Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah.
Let me know dates because I leave America in December. But if I'm out there, I'll come and see you.
Sure. But my manager is in contact with your manager.
Yeah, man. Let's plan something, dude.
Yeah.
We've just done nearly an hour. Let's wrap this motherfucker up. Thank you so much for coming on. How can people follow? How can people follow you and all of that?
Sorry.
How can people follow you on Instagram and do all of that?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. What's your handles?
Yeah, Matasari on Instagram. Same in Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Yeah.
Easy.
But I need an Instagram.
Dude,
it's always wrong,
thank you so much for coming on. Have a great one. And
thanks to you for inviting me.
Anytime, man.
It was a pleasure.
Anytime. Big love. Keep safe.
Up to share the deck.
Yes.
Soon. Yeah.
See you soon, man. Bye.
Ciao.
And that is a wrap. Hope you enjoyed it. Please share it. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep safe. Have a great week. See you next time.